Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
By banning TikTok, we're not just removing an app, we're setting a precedent that threatens the very freedoms our country was built upon.
The fight to keep TikTok from being banned rages on, but the future of the social media app looks bleak as the deadline to sell inches closer. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. Breaking tonight, the Associated Press is reporting President Joe Biden says he will not enforce a ban on the social media app TikTok, set to take effect in a matter of days. The law has already been signed by the president and goes into effect on January 19th, just one day before he leaves office. The law requires TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to sell the app to a U.S. company or face that ban. However, there are still many questions about the future of the app. All this week, we've been talking about the impact a TikTok ban could have on content creators across the country, especially here in Connecticut. But there are also business owners who rely on the app for exposure. Fox 61's Stefan Reels joins us in studio with what this looming ban could mean for their bottom line. Stefan.
Yes, Brent, right now, like you said, there's a lot of moving parts with what could be the TikTok ban going into place on Sunday. What time that ban will officially take effect still remains to be seen, but we do have a countdown going on right now on your screen, counting down to January 19th. TikTok has become a part of hundreds of millions of people's daily lives all across the world, though. So it's no shock thousands of businesses, even right here in Connecticut, have turned to the social media platform to show off their business and, more importantly, make a living. And that includes one trending barbershop right here in Rocky Hill.
Another day with the razor means another haircut at Sam's barbershop in Rocky Hill. And another day in the studio for Sam Balia.
You going to Vegas? Yeah.
A moment years in the making. Balia tells us it all started as a distraction during the pandemic that he did with his kids. But it exploded into a following hundreds of thousands of people strong on TikTok and a reach that is almost hard to imagine.
We were shut down for like 3 months. I was bored at home. And then I started making videos with my kids before I started making videos for haircuts.
So you got a lot of success with that ASMR kind of.
Oh yeah. I mix it up. Like sometimes I create like a funny video, sometimes before and after, whatever. Just trying to not make it like boring. I always come up with something else, something new.
The worst thing can be is boring.
Right?
Yeah.
Younger clients, they come and they think they meet a celebrity because they see my views and my exposure.
A reach which has brought people from hours away to get a haircut. Something Balia and several other business owners could lose with the looming TikTok ban.
It's gonna minimize kind of our exposure.
According to a study by Oxford Economics, roughly 58,000 small businesses like Balia's use TikTok in Connecticut, which added $310 million to the state's GDP in 2023 and supported 2,500 jobs. This dependency on the app has now seen lawmakers like Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey push to delay TikTok's ban, set to go into effect January 19th.
TikTok, like all social media platforms, has flaws, but TikTok is also critical for millions of creators to earn a living.
The money for creators on TikTok can add up. While people may only earn a few cents per 1,000 views through the Creator Fund, or between $20 and $40 per million views, most of the money is wrapped up in sponsored posts, which could fetch upwards of a few $1,000s according to Exploding Topics. And it's why many creators have now gone to other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube in order to keep their online presence alive and their in-person business going.
One thing you learn about the internet and all the social media is that you gotta adapt with the changes. Everything changes all the time and stuff. So it's like, I gotta be prepared.
So, Brent, at the moment, right now, we are still waiting on the Supreme Court. They have not made a decision at the moment on the ban, but I did get the chance to speak with one legal expert who told me it's still possible we'll see a ruling over the next few days because the Supreme Court, they clearly do see the urgency around this topic and have already sped up the oral arguments. But there's still no requirement for a ruling to happen by the deadline. So if there's no ruling, the ban will officially take effect on Sunday.
And I think there's still some confusion over what exactly is going to happen to the app once we hit that deadline for the users.
Yes, of course. And that has been something we've been digging into constantly over this. And I got the chance to speak with one of those legal experts. And he did say that really what we're going to be seeing is the app, it's just going to get bogged down. It'll stay on your phone after the deadline does come. The thing that's going to change will be it will stop appearing in the App Store, so you won't be able to update it. But TikTok has even said that, you may still be able to use the app, but they might just shut it down for U.S. users at the end of the day once that ban does come across, and then even then you won't be able to use it on your internet browser. So a lot of moving parts, but
and a lot of possibilities still.
Yeah, a lot of possibilities that we still, again, need to keep our eyes on because a lot can still happen.
All right, Stefan Reels, thank you.
Thank you.
And there will certainly be many more developments to come in this saga surrounding TikTok in the coming days. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the free Fox 61 News app to your smartphone or mobile device. You can get any new updates and alerts on this story and many more as they become available.
Now, Fox 61 Weather Impact with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank.
We had some light snow showers and flurries coming through the area earlier. Some places even picked up a little sugar coating of snow. I say sugar coating when it literally looks like somebody spilled a bag of sugar on the ground. Watch out for a few sneaky, slippery spots, but I'm not expecting any widespread travel issues tonight. And tomorrow we are back to sunshine and milder temperatures as we approach 40. And if that sounds warm to you, wait until you see Saturday's number within a few degrees of 50. It'll be breezy, warm, and we're timing out some afternoon rain, but don't get used to it. Temperatures will cool back down again on Sunday, and we could finish the weekend with snow. Right now, we're looking at the radar calming down after those snow showers moved through the area earlier, and we're no longer concerned with them for the rest of the night. Right now, temperatures are in the teens for Waterbury, but 20s for the rest of the state, and overnight lows will drop back into the teens to right around 20 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. Lots of sunshine for you out there on your Friday. A really beautiful finish to the work and school week. Highs up around 40 degrees, and we'll talk about all of the stuff we're timing out for the weekend, the rain, the snow, your full forecast coming up in just a bit, Brent.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Breaking news out of New Britain tonight. A crash has shut down a portion of Route 72. Police say a vehicle rolled over near exit 3 westbound around 7:50 p.m. and serious injuries have been reported. We'll continue following this story and update you when we learn more. Well, there's a growing problem in East Haven. The fire department says several fire hydrants are out of commission because drivers hit them. The latest incident happened yesterday. Now 9 hydrants in total are out of service. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has those details.
This is just one of 9 fire hydrants currently out of service here in East Haven. And because it's a costly and timely fix, neighbors say they're concerned about not having access to the life-saving tool.
It's scary. It's scary because California, that's going on. And I know, California is a big thing to think about, but God forbid, that is our lifeline.
Desiree DeLuca and her family have lived here near the corner of Kenneth and Roma Streets for about 5 years. A neighborhood they love, but like many, comes with its downsides.
We talk to each other, hi, routinely. We see people who are doing their exercise and stuff. So it's a good neighborhood, just, these streets.
Streets where DeLuca says people often drive recklessly.
The street that has a stop sign, it's invisible. People fly right through it, and that's a worrisome issue.
That sort of behavior may have played a factor Wednesday afternoon when East Haven firefighters say someone hit the fire hydrant right near DeLuca's home and drove off. Now it's in the hands of the town to pay for and replace it, which the fire chief says could be upwards of $10,000 in some cases.
That's just unacceptable, you know what I mean? If you hit a hydrant, stay, you know what I mean?
Steve Dyer also lives near the scene of another crash where another fire hydrant was recently hit, now covered by a traffic cone. Across town, the fire chief says that's what happened in 9 total locations, where he says it's likely most people drove off because they didn't have insurance.
And accidents happen all the time. When you run, now you're turning it into a big problem, and now when you get caught.
And it's causing a problem for the fire department, too. They've had to come up with a plan B in situations where they don't have access to the hydrants, something they say wastes precious seconds to save property and lives.
What if that is your parents' house, grandparents' house, children's house? and a fire does happen and there's no hydrant outlet.
That is nerve-wracking.
Now, the fire department is asking people to keep their eyes and ears open. And if you see someone doing this, they say take down the person's plate number. They're also asking people in impacted areas to check their Ring cameras to see if they got any of it on video. We are in East Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61.
We have an update tonight from New Haven police. An arrest has been made in a deadly drive-by shooting. 19-year-old Joseph Dominic is accused of killing Shaquille Chaz Pearson in 2023. Police say Dominic was driving a stolen vehicle and shot Pearson on Pearl Street in New Haven. Pearson was taken to a hospital where he later died. Dominic faces murder charges, among others, and he's being held on $2 million bond. Waterbury police want to get the word out about a murder suspect on the run tonight. 28-year-old Courtney Franklin is wanted in a May of 2024 shooting that killed a man and injured two people in front of the So Blue Neek event space on Sharon Road. There's an active warrant for his arrest. Call police if you see him. A former Stratford High School teacher is accused of running an extensive online scam. Police say James O'Neill used computer equipment at the school to alter bills of sale and other documents to illegally sell cars on Facebook. O'Neill was taken into custody in New York and extradited back to Connecticut last week. He was released on $75,000 bond. We reached out to Stratford High School for comment. They said simply O'Neill is no longer an employee. Well, new at 10, Eversource is looking to help its customers make ends meet when it comes to their utility bills. Eversource and Avangrid met with customers this evening in several communities, including New Britain, to help them manage their utility bills. Company reps helped customers with the proper financial assistance, including flexible payment plans and energy-saving tips. Eversource's Vice President of Customer Operations says the company understands the effect of high energy prices on its customers.
We have our energy low-income discount rate, so they're here to figure out which rate that they would be on, either a 10 or a 50% rate currently, and try to see if there's any way that they can be on a budget billing.
Eversource says it offers flexible payment plans to those who have an overdue balance regardless of income.